Alright, good afternoon. So right now I am in Osaka and doing my annual series on the, money habits, money mindsets. And last year, I did one video on 3 money mindsets that keeps you poor and got quite a good positive response. So this year I'm continuing the tradition. So you can listen to what I want to say, but if you don't agree with what I say, you can look at all these beautiful sakuras around the Osaka castle. So right now it's cherry blossom season and I'm right now at Osaka Castle Park. And even if you don't agree with me, please don't feel offended. Just treat it as entertainment will do. Because some of these mindsets, I'm also guilty of it. So you can join us at over 20,000 members at Honey Money SG Telegram right now. Number one mindset keeping you poor, that is the scarcity mindset, which means that you are not in abundance. You think that if somebody wins, means you are losing. And you feel that the world is of limited resources. So you cannot let go of your money, your winnings. You cannot accept that there is a win-win situation. It must always be a win-lose situation. That also results in hoarding as a mentality when you're in a scarcity mindset. So you will also believe more in solo contributions rather than collaborations to achieve a greater good. And one more example very prevalent about scarcity mindset is employees mindset rather than entrepreneur or self-employed mindset. Because employees are ultimately limited by their pay and their time. So you don't go out to work more to be more productive. Unlike a business owner or self-employed, the more they work, the more income they earn. And that is the abundance mindset. So don't always think like an employee, like a scarcity mindset. You need to outgrow yourself. And that brings me to the next point. All right, number 2, let's talk about comparison mindset. So it's always about comparing with other people at your age. How much salary are you earning? How much savings you have? How much net worth you have? Now, the thing about comparison is that it is okay if it's a healthy competition. But the truth about this is that many people cannot accept failures. And you see, they always compare with people, whether at work, whether at school, or whether at sports, just like our Glico man down here. So I always felt that comparison and competition should be a positive and healthy kind of motivation instead of trying to drag other people down. And the truth is that someone will always be ahead of you or someone will always be behind of you. So if you're always thinking that you are left behind, you're lagging behind, I think it's okay to accept that everyone will run their own race. And the fact is that we don't try to one up another. Okay, like if someone else is doing well, just wish them well and let them have their own success, right? Don't try to bring other people down just because you don't agree with their own version of success. One-upping another person is just a very low move. And yes, this is my second update on the poor money mindset that will keep you down. So this location is at Donzaburi, Osaka, Japan. So hopefully you can recognize this spot. And for the next mindset, let's set off to our next area. Let's go. All right, next location. I am now at Kobe Animal Kingdom. And I want to talk about caring mindset because sometimes we care a lot about other people's opinion. And the truth is, be careful of who you take advice from because you don't want to take advice from people you do not want to become, right? You want to take advice from someone who is more successful than you, make more money than you because you want to learn the good from them. If someone is of a lower place than you, then why would you even listen to their advice? And that's why we care too much about other people's opinions. And I want you to throw away that caring mindset, thinking that other people care about you. And that includes your close friends, your relatives, and your family even, because some of them may even stop you or try to hinder you because they care too much about you, but they are never in your shoes. So how can they understand your situation? If I listen to other people who told me to stop doing YouTube, I will not be who I am today. And maybe you want to live lives like all these capybara down here, giving a stoic attitude, right? They don't care about anything. They are not afraid of crocodiles. They are not afraid of all the fierce animals. They just ride on crocodile back. And you see so many humans right here and they are not afraid. They don't give a F about anything. They are the true freedom of animals. So they stop caring and maybe you should too. So there are too many what ifs in life. So don't regret what you want to do. Whatever you want to do, just gonna do it because no one really knows what you can really do. That's why be like a capybara. Don't think, just do. Alright? If you're looking for an affordable brokerage with powerful features, Usmart could be a great option. And the very good news is that now JP and UK markets are available on Usmart for trading. How much are they charging you for Usmart? For US stocks, the good news is zero commission and the platform fee starts from 88 US cents. For US options, you may trade options with zero commission and no minimum charge. Moving to Singapore market-wise, it is charging a total of 0.06% fees, excluding any regulatory fees charged by Singapore Exchange. For pricing on other markets, please refer to the Usmart smart pricing page that has listed all the fees transparently, including the newly launched Japan and UK stock fees. Now let's talk about welcome rewards like $14 of cash vouchers in $2 blocks, free US and Singapore market live prices. But there are some exclusive rewards for Singapore users only. Get a 0.02 Tesla share voucher and a cash voucher package worth up to $180. Do use my exclusive link below to sign up or scan the QR code right here to get your USmart SG account today. Alright, the next mindset is called limiting mindset, which I just learned this year. So it's just something like if you can only earn $100,000 per year, and you look at other people earning $200,000 per year, and even people earning $500K, $1 million a year, you would think that that is impossible because your limit is only $100,000. And that is very sad because you would just think that anyone who is making more money than you is a scam, is doing something dubious. You're making like some kind of fake business that scam other people. So that is just limiting your mindset. I think everyone needs to open their minds about your capability. If you're only at the $100,000 level, think about how you can, go to the next level, like $200,000. Okay, go and network with people who are already at that level and see what skills can you learn from them. Especially if you look at people around your age, they are earning much more than you. Then you will not believe it, and then you are just jealous and envy and say, okay, I'm making honest money and they are not. So please don't limit yourself to this mindset. Another example of limiting mindset is that if you look at SRS, contribution supplementary retirement scheme, a lot of people cap it at $400,000 because they do not want to pay additional taxes when they withdraw the money out of their SRS accounts when they reach the statutory retirement age of 63 right now. And to me, that is just limiting because you don't want your investments to cap, right? And I already went through this in a previous SRS video, so don't limit yourself to just $400,000. The effective tax rate is much lesser than what you will be charged. Another example of limiting mindset is that you just want to pay as low taxes as possible, and every time you reach a new income tax bracket, you'll just lament on the fact that, I pay very high income tax. To me, that is just humble bragging. If you're able to hit that level of income tax, that means you're doing something good on your income. But of course, you have to optimize for tax efficiency. And I even heard that some people reject promotions because they do not want to be level up to the next income tax bracket, which is just limiting themselves and their income and whatever they can achieve. So if you don't want to have a limiting mindset, take a look at these examples of the deers in Nara Park. This is in Nara Park, Nara, Japan, where wild deers just roam around freely without any limits. Okay, they are just carefree living their lives and getting fed from all these tourists giving them food every day. So don't have any limits on yourself, especially on the limiting mindset. Be like these wild deers, okay? Roam free and expand your mind. I'll see you in the next mindset. One good example of an animal without a limiting mindset, that is the pelicans right here, because they will just take anything that goes down their throat and their big mouth of theirs. That's why it's called a 大嘴鸟, a big mouth bird. So learn to be a pelican. Don't limit yourself. Have an abundance mindset, but don't chew more than you cannot swallow. That will be dangerous for your life. All right, pelicans. The last mindset that I want to talk about is the victim mindset. That means you blame everybody but yourself. You blame your parents, you blame your environment, you blame your friends, you blame whoever is related to you. You blame your boss, you blame your colleagues, you blame your students, and whoever is related to you, right? It's always everyone else's fault but yourself. Now, the thing about victim mindset is that it's always someone else's fault. It's never your own accountability and responsibility to do what you do best in. And the truth is, if you keep having that victim mindset, ultimately, you will never succeed because you will always have excuses for yourself and you never really want to take up that responsibility. So in order to take away the victim mindset, firstly, you need to accept that you will have mistakes and you will screw up one day. So acknowledging the mistake is the first part. The second part is then, what should you do to really rectify the mistake? So learn to be accepting of yourself first, because everyone makes mistakes. Most importantly, identify them and then do good, do better. All right, let's see how you can accept it and move on rather than keep blaming other people for your own wrongdoings. Which you may be asking me where I am right now. Okay, I'm right now in Kyoto, just one of these ancient old historic streets. Many people wearing the Japanese traditional uniform. So a great reminder is to stop victim mindset. Okay, stop blaming everyone but yourself. Okay, it always is our own fault rather than pushing the blame to other people. Okay, if I cannot succeed and do things well, it is entirely my own fault and should not be my parents, my spouses, my children's, or my environment's fault. It is always your own. Acknowledge it, and then we can move on to greater things. Let's move on to the next mindset, the next city. Now, I can give you one very good example about victim mindset. If you're not born rich, then you will probably blame your parents, right? Like, why am I not born rich? Okay, why I cannot spend like other people? Then when you grow up and you're still not doing financially okay, you say, must be my school no good, must be my work no good, okay, must be my boss never raised my salary enough. So all these are just victim mindset. Just blame everyone. But why don't you just step out of your comfort zone, go and try and upgrade the self, go and get more professional license and certification, okay? Or even move industries or move jobs, move companies. But you don't want. You just want to stay in your comfort zone. So that is just blaming other people. But you yourself do not want to take the first step. So get out that victim mindset because it is going to kill you. So yes, we are back at the Sakura Park. And I just want to wrap it up here. That doesn't mean that if you have all these mindsets means you will not succeed, because I definitely have some of these mindsets when I was still growing and developing myself. It will definitely take some time to break out of all these mindsets and grow to be a better character. And on the other hand, it doesn't mean that if you have all these mindsets, you will become rich and successful, because that is not the only formula. But at least getting rid of all these mindsets will help you reduce negativity and all these things that are impacting your success. So stay positive, stay optimistic, and I look forward to you being a better version of yourself next year. And if you want to see last year, what did I say about poor money mindsets, then you can refer to my previous video right here.